Good day, everyone. This is Know-It-All YawpMaw here to review One Battle After Another by director Paul Thomas Anderson. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio as Bob Ferguson, Sean Penn as Colonel Lockjaw, Teyana Taylor as Perfidia Beverly Hills, Chase Infinity as Willa Ferguson, Benicio del Toro as Sergio St. Carlos, and Regina Hall as Deandra. This is a modern Western where it is current day, not modern Western. It was made with a time period but in mind, but the time period is now and made now. The movie is about Bob Ferguson and Perfidia Beverly Hills, who are revolutionaries trying to free and stop the Department of Homeland Security and in large part America from the persecution of the migrants that are kept captive in camps along the Mexican-United States border. However, when Perfidia meets Colonel Lockjaw in one of their raids on the camps, there is a bit of a erotic element put into play, and she takes his hat and gun. Colonel Lockjaw then later on finds her, Perfidia, and then demands that she return his hat and his gun. When they meet, they have a little bit of a tryst, and eventually a baby is born from there. What happens now is Bob Ferguson, who, it could be that he is the father, or it could be Colonel Lockjaw that is the father of Chase Infinity's character, Willa Ferguson. Colonel Lockjaw is trying to get Perfidia and in large part get Willa Ferguson in order to clear his name so he could join a very racist white supremacist group, secret society, if you will. The movie is highly entertaining, with great set pieces and a story that is absolutely gripping to experience in the big screen. Unfortunately, now in the big screen, it is not available anymore. I believe when I watched it just a day ago on the 16th of October, it would be the last day in theaters when before the next round of movies were coming in. Now, this is absolutely a Western by definition. Western movies, although many people have sort of shallow concepts of what a Western is, where it has to be set between 1860 and 1900, and it has to have cowboys and maybe Native Americans or outlaws and things like that, and shootouts. However, what this movie shows is that it's more than just those things. The real interesting thing about Westerns, and it's any Western that you watch made by John Ford or the spaghetti Westerns, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. The main idea and the crisp thing about Westerns is that they are all about the question of law and order, where as law and order takes over an area, the people in there either have to adjust to it and take away the barbarianism that is the wilds, and join, or they become outlaws and are now not allowed in this lawful society. The inherent problem with this is always that, what about the indigenous people that America has taken over in their conquest of the West and of the East as well? Goodness, Manhattan Island was taken over famously with beads. So what is the real thing. What is the actual like good people? Who are good people? Is it law or is it something else? And many times you see in like these famous John Wayne movies, there's discussions about less so law and more a moral code. And here in this movie, it asks you to understand that moral code is more than law in one battle after another. Because Colonel Lockjaw, played by Sean Penn, is the antagonist. He is the bad guy in this movie. And he is fully backed by the law and trying to join the Christmas Adventurers, the white supremacist club that he wants to join. It is made up of the who's who, the what's what, the rich people, the people that are basically what is considered the top echelon and actual the imagined representation of what America actually is. And they want it to be that way. I mean, when you watch the movie, you see that it is just black and brown people over and over again, one battle after another, being shoved around, pushed around, shoved into camps, and overall seen in a diminutive light as opposed to the white soldiers. I mean, and it is white soldiers, and they are either relatively muscular or fit or fat. I mean, we're talking SEAL Team 6. I'm sorry, not SEAL Team, Meal Team 6. A little bit of a slip of the tongue. Like them when they're eating a pizza. So the thing is, Colonel Lockjaw having possibly a connection with a black person, with having a half black child, it would not allow him inside this club. So he goes on a spree of, making attempts to create riots. Well, he does. He fakes a riot in order to have local police and National Guards come in, which is very referential to what we're dealing with today out here in America. He is using the man, I can't believe I'm blanking on this in the moment. Like back connections of people that are basically outlaws to try to get rid of this girl. And Bob Ferguson, Leonardo DiCaprio's character, is fighting to try to get to his daughter throughout the whole movie. Whether he is blood related or not, it is his daughter. As the movie really does a very good job of showing. I'll say this, despite Bob and Willa Ferguson being on screen together for a relatively short amount of time, their actions and thoughts towards each other really establish a great connection between them. It's a very excellent family dynamic that is wonderful to see. And speaking of dynamics, so before I get into that, Bob Ferguson as a character, Leonardo DiCaprio's character, is a bundle of nerves. He is nervous all the time, extremely paranoid. He is paranoia incarnate. The dude looks around constantly, refuses to let his daughter have a cell phone because they could trace towers and stuff. And him being formerly a revolutionary and now trying to stay underground, he is right to be paranoid. He does not want to be found in any circumstance whatsoever because he's trying to protect his daughter. Unfortunately, he gets found out, and now he is like mixed escape and chasing while Willa is captured and she's trying to escape herself. And it's a wonderful conflagration of insanity. The character Benicio del Toro plays, Sergio St. Carlos, is Willa Ferguson's karate teacher, and he is amazing. Not in so much by himself amazing, but him and Bob Ferguson are often together on screen. And when they're together on screen, Bob Ferguson's like paranoia and jitters and just all around chaotic self is an amazing contrast to Sergio St. Carlos, where Benicio del Toro plays him just chill, pure chill, no worries, not sweating it. And when you think about how Sergio St. Carlos is a person of color as opposed to Bob Ferguson, who is not, you can see that Bob Ferguson is not relaxed in the situation because he is not used to always being under such wariness of being captured or found or anything, while Benicio del Toro's character is always calm because he's always under a battle. I mean, one battle after another is very apt, especially for Sergio, because he is constantly helping migrants to escape captivity and helping the community, and knows all the time that police are going to come at any moment, and he is always keeping an eye out, keeping connections, and watching out. I mean, if there is a person that is a revolutionary in this movie, it is Sergio. He makes it look easy, and he's pretty hilarious. He's a very hilarious character. Just ocean waves. Calm down. Think of ocean waves. That's his line in the movie. Great line. Now, if I were to give a failing in this movie, a small failing, it would be that Perfidia Beverly Hills character, who is Willa Ferguson's mother and Bob Ferguson's I guess partner, both erotically and a comrade in arms. Perfidia is while Bob Ferguson is definitely a drunkard and a weed smoker, and at one point in the movie steals sunglasses and just steals cars, you can really understand why he's doing that. He's trying to get to his daughter, or he's trying to free some migrants. I mean, he's setting up bombs, but he's not actually like killing anybody with these bombs. He is just trying to make sure that the bombs create diversions or destroy communications or things like that, or electricity. While Perfidia, when she meets Lockjaw, she demands that he arouse himself before taking him out of his place and shoving him into the same detention center that the migrants were kept in. It's a little weird because the actions she is taking seems more for revenge as opposed to the benefit of helping others around her, which the audience will definitely see as something that is unearned. Now, the thing is that the more large point of the movie, not the point, but like one of the larger themes of the movie, is that if we want to enact change, we can't let perfect be the enemy of forward progress. Demanding perfection will more often than not cause you to hinder your goals. There's a very funny phone call sequence where Bob Ferguson is trying to call the resistance that he was a part of like 15 years prior, but the person on the other line is demanding that Bob Ferguson answers a cryptic question correctly, very spy sort of stuff. And Bob cannot remember it, and he's just his conversation is, he answers, I believe, 2 questions that are cryptic, like he remembers that, but then the third question is the edge gate, where he can't get any information about where his daughter is until he answers that question. And it's a super frustrating thing. And when you extrapolate that moment to Perfidia's character, where she is hypersexual, not just sexualized, but hypersexual, also Bob Ferguson being a drunkard and like lover of weed. But then also you jump over to Benicio del Toro's character Sergio, where he is hiding migrants inside of his building in order to make sure that they have a life beyond just the border and being in the detention facility. Where what he's doing is illegal, but morally it's correct. Like a lot of these things are earned, but they're not perfect. Like, and the problem is that you would see maybe a lot of people, a lot of like neoliberals say they need to, these migrants need to go through the proper channels, when the proper channels just have them shoved into a cage. That is the big issue in the movie. It's in this absolute evil that you see, that is what the United States is doing to these migrants, and also furthering their cause of white supremacy. We can't nitpick our way into throwing them over. It has to be decisive action, and this is a bit revolutionary talk, but that's what the movie is pointing to. And unfortunately, Perfidia's character is going to like basically turn a lot of people off, and I don't mean that in any sort of sexual way, but it'll just turn people off from her and the sympathies they would gather towards Perfidia and her revolutionary group. I think they're called the French 77. So that's the only failing of the movie, I think. And admittedly, I feel that as well. But after a day or so of thinking about it, it's understandable why the movie is saying that. But understandable does not equal enjoyable. There is a difference there. So yeah, movie, all in all, very entertaining. I enjoyed it a lot. It's a 4 out of 5 for me. And if you can, I don't think it's not going to be in theaters anymore, but you got to definitely see it on a big TV screen with a nice sound system, and enjoy not necessarily the action sequences, which there are a few, but the drama and the microfacial expressions that many characters, especially Sean Penn's Colonel Lockjaw, makes when he is really gripping to terms with himself for what he's trying to do. Thank you very much, and please take a look at the spoilers chat about in my other video, where I discuss a little bit more details about the movie. Please watch, and y'all have a wonderful day.